we have this extraordinary man coming from the Thousand Islands, New York, Alexandria Bay. He started Atlantic Benefits Group, covering 3 states, insurance. This Italian-American music-loving, sports-loving man is with us today. Welcome, Joseph Cianchetti.
Joseph, the fact that you're Italian-American makes you a friend of Gina's and certainly a friend of my grandmother's. So, Joseph, how are you? And welcome to The Real Raw.
Oh, thank you for that stupendous introduction.
So, Joseph, what is your fun fact on this fun Friday?
Have a nice meal tonight. Have a nice bottle of wine. Maybe a nice Italian meal with some, maybe some Mario Lanza on your home stereo.
Thanks for the courage and vulnerability. Thanks for leading us off. How was your time with us here today?
It was very intriguing, I'd have to say. This Bill and Hilary Clinton thing was fascinating at best, I would say. I would give you some sort of award if there was an award there.
This man saw you speak this past Tuesday, Sean Callagy. He's the CEO and founder of CR Power, My Solar Realty, and host of an up-and-coming podcast called Solar Broadcast, launching his exciting new business. Welcome, Cory, coming from Phoenix, Arizona, to The Real Raw.
What's happening, man? And what is your fun fact, Cory?
Arizona, in the decade of, we were talking about growth before this, but in the decade of the 90s and now 2010 to 2002 has housed the 2 fastest growing cities in the country.
How was your experience today on The Real Raw? And thank you so much for being here.
It was about, right, the sincerity, the vulnerability, right? And I think that's like probably one of the most important aspects of leadership is being authentic and realizing, hey, you know what? I am flawed. I am human. Like, you know, and I think people respond to that better than anything. And so if I'm putting myself in Hilary's shoes, right, of like, someone who's humble enough to come forward and say that. Obviously, you have
Mr. Percy Butler from Atlanta, Georgia. This incredible soul has served our country, Sean. He served us for 21 and a half years as an HR officer. He had 2 tours of Vietnam, special forces, and some kind of secret agency that he couldn't tell me about. Started his massive financial career in insurance profession as well. Welcome, Mr. Percy Butler, to The Real Raw.
How about your fun fact? Like something we might not expect to know about you, you know, a little bit of, we believe fun energy might open listening a little bit. So what might be a surprising fact or fun fact about you?
I'm a reader. I'm an avid reader. I've got about 20 books here on my desk right now that I've cracked the page, and I got the Holy Bible here that sometimes I use for guidance and grounding on my thought processes.
Thank you for all that you did and your service again. How was your time with us here today?
I think it's phenomenal. I really enjoyed it and was quite surprised, to be honest with you, that so much was revealed in such a short period of time.
Ms. Nicole Dauz. She is joining us through the Jack Tavares team, coming from Ontario, Canada. Welcome to The Real Raw. This woman is a care for caregivers, out to help people in whatever way she can, from what I can tell. Thank you for joining us, Nicole.
What is your fun fact, Nicole?
Backpacked around the world for 5 months by myself.
And Nicole, how was your time with us here today? Thank you for the role play. You did a great job as Hilary. How did you enjoy your time on The Real Raw?
It was very insightful. Thank you.
Mr. I'm going to try to get your name right. Ikechukwu Ibeawuchi. It's so not right, I'm sure. But I'm so glad you are here with us, sir. International law. Sean, welcome. Ikechukwu.
Yeah. So, sir, please forgive Gina. She is Twitter-pated right now about her upcoming date for this evening, so she is slightly confused. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Yeah, Gina was so close. You were so close. You did a very good job. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here.
So please, how do we pronounce it properly?
It's Ikechukwu.
Ikechukwu?
Ikechukwu, yes. But you can call me Ike or you can call me Ike. Fun fact, I started a company in 2018, and the idea for the company came from an experience I had when I was a sales rep for Dell in a store in a small town called Warrington in the UK, close to Manchester. I had spoken to a couple who had come into the store to buy a laptop. They walked out of the store, they left the store, came back 2 days later, and there were other sales reps in the store, who were trying to sell laptops to them, but they kept asking for the black guy. And so someone walked into the kitchenette where I was having my lunch and said, it seems like some people are looking for you. And then I walked out, and immediately they saw me. They were like, yeah, that's the guy. And I said to myself, that was where the inspiration came from. And we're here today.
So it's Fun Friday, though. These have been incredible people. Percy, Nicole, Ike, Joseph, Cory. This is fun people.
These are fun people.
Are we out of fun?
We are not out of fun.
Okay, thoughts?
So I'm thinking for fun, because, you invite people on, or, you have your people invite people on. They come on and...
I thought my people are your people. Isn't it, if you're here and I'm here, then isn't it our people?
Our people. Fair enough. Our people. And so Cory, Joseph, they were on the hot seat today. I think one of these fine folks to get to put your butt on the hot seat.
So yeah,
since Percy is listening so deeply, I think we should give Percy an opportunity to put your butt on the hot seat.
So what we do is, in putting me on the hot seat, is I have to go from hello to yes on any subject, but it's got to be integrous. So Percy, what do you think? What scenario should I have where I have to seek a yes?
On the hot seat, I'd like for you to be Bill Clinton.
Ooh. And what's the yes I have to seek?
Well, what we have to do is get an agreement that he's still able to continue to survive. He still deal with people. He's still public, and yet he has to deal with the adverse situation he was in.
So how about this? I'll be Bill Clinton, and somebody's Hillary Clinton on here, and I have to go from hello to yes with Hillary to be cool with me still being out there and public facing. Nicole, would you be up for being Hillary Clinton?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's go. So, thank you so much for even having the conversation. So here's a thought that I have. I know that we're at an incredibly challenging stage. I know that we've been through so much to this point. And quite frankly, I know that in many ways, there's such deep pain that exists for you and resentment for all the challenges that I've caused in our life and relationship. So I want to continue to serve our nation. I think that both of us have had some really significant hits to our credibility. Me for obviously what I did and lying to the American public, and I can rationalize it any way that I want to. And I was coached by Tony Robbins to tell the truth. And I didn't. And in hindsight, I think I should have told the truth. And I know that that's had an impact on you and your career to this day, that you had to deal with all the challenges during your run for the presidency of answering questions and accusations of how you supported me and what you did in relationship to other women. And I'm incredibly sorry for it. And I think that holds too large a space in our legacy. And while I'm immensely proud of the things that I did for our nation, balancing the budget that people said could never be balanced, creating so many opportunities that we did together, I'd love to have a conversation about where we go from here. And I'd love to have like several hours to talk about it. But I know you never really want to have those conversations because there's such deep pain that I caused. So first, I just want you to know how sorry I am, truly, for that. And I want to find ways to make amends and make this right. So how does that resonate for you, Hilary?
Well, I certainly recognize and acknowledge that I am not the only woman that has been put in this situation. And if you are true to your word and actually believe that this is something that we could work through, and you could do so in a transparent way that could serve the greater good, then it's certainly, with Chelsea's involvement and with her at the table, it's certainly something that I would be open to discuss.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Hilary, and let's set that up. I agree. Out of roll. Nicole, how did that feel for you?
Oh, well done.
There isn't a formula for influence mastery. Definitely download that guide. Someone from the team will reach out just to see if you have any questions, how we can support you in your goals and dreams. And really, truly, Joseph, Percy, Nicole, Ike, Cory, thank you all for being here. Percy, thank you for your service, and welcome home to you as well.